News with Gordon Deal and the Fox News Rundown.
You learn about so many different things. I'm in touch with everything that's going on.
There's actually intriguing talk.
Weekday mornings 5 to 9. News Talk 1040 Tampa Bay. News and talk you can depend on.
Listen, if you spend some time in Southern California, you're going to listen to The Doors. It's Fox Across America with Jimmy Failla, 245 pounds of radio dynamite. Joining us now, it looks like Robbie Krieger on keyboards if you're watching Fox Nation. But it is the woman who's going to get that 245 up to 250 this weekend. The K train rolling back into the station. Hey, girl, how about it? So you and I have Fox News Saturday night on Saturday, and then a trip up to the cabin?
Cabin.
Are we going to the cabin?
We're going to the cabin.
We're going to the cabin.
Lots of bears recently.
There's a lot of bears, and not the kind of bear I dress like here in Chelsea, talking about a chubby, overweight gay man. No, these are bears.
We smoked a chicken on the Traeger for 3 hours. And it's like, obviously, like with the wood pellets and, you know, the slowly smoked meat, it just filled the air with such a bounty of deliciousness that we had a massive bear.
Did you
wander out of the woods? And it was 5 feet from the tour manager.
So you're telling me to bring our firearms? I feel like you are.
It was real. And then he looked up, startled the bear. The bear ran down the driveway. Pele ran to the other side of the deck to see the bear, screamed like nothing I ever heard. I was taking dishes inside, and I thought someone had an amputation.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was awful. And then, you know, the dog's barking. She picks up the dog. She screams because that is the biggest thing she's ever seen outside of a zoo.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is, it's funny you say that because we just found out Lincoln has a test this weekend in school. And I don't know that we're going to be able to make it up after the, it's just funny. Just as you're saying that, Jenny's texting. I'm kidding.
No, but they're black bears. They don't want to be around people.
Yeah.
But they do want to be around food.
What a funny punchline to everything we do.
Yeah.
And all the depravity, because we've had it so good for so long in our respective backyards.
Yep.
My backyard, your backyard, balcony, you know, anything you can think of. L.A., okay, but we had to go out to the woods and get arrogant. And this is going to end with both of us in Yogi's picnic basket.
So the funny thing is, the tour manager was gathering sticks for the campfire seconds before the bear came out right from the spot where he was. And he's like, thank God I didn't startle him in the dark.
You're doing a bad job of selling this getaway, by the way. Yeah, we figured out why Kennedy is a two-sport star in music and politics. It's because she couldn't make it as a travel agent. Did I tell your family about the hungry bears that they'll see on the trip?
But they, you know, they're there. We have bear horns. We don't have bear mace.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, how do we get bear mace?
You have to send it to a friend in Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, a friend of ours.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to work that out. Kennedy's in studio. We're having a grown-up talk about bear attacks because I got it going on. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
We had a nice family vacation, but we were like, you know what's missing? Bears. Angry, life-threatening animal encounters have not been had yet.
Not enough of them.
No, I mean, I will say this. Me and Lincoln, when we were in San Francisco, we rode a lot of scooters.
Oh, that's great. Like the Lime scooters. Yeah.
So good.
Those are awesome.
They really are the best.
I rode one of those in Nashville and had just the time of my life.
And now,
just zipping in and out of streets.
If you're a 16-year-old kid and getting called a white devil and zombies are throwing cans of beer at you, he's going to tell you about it all weekend. We had so much fun because we were just driving up and down the Embarcadero.
And that was after being called white bread at Roscoe's a few years ago.
Lincoln Failla famously... Lincoln was at Roscoe's and got called white bread at like 2 a.m, and it meant a lot to him because he was at the time was probably like 9 or 10 years old.
Yeah,
and we were getting chicken and waffles as you do, and Lincoln went to the boys' room by himself, and somebody said, "What you doing in here, white bread?" And Lincoln came back to the table and he was so excited that someone called him white bread. And I wanted to go meet the guy because a guy who says white bread probably still says jive turkey.
Yeah,
that's a great guy to meet.
And it might have been the guy speaking jive in Airplane.
What you doing here, white bread? And it meant he was so excited. He goes, he called me white bread. I'm like, Lincoln, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And he now knows that it is amazing.
Yep.
We're talking about children, and no conversation about children would be complete without pivoting to the Epstein client list. That
Oh, my God.
is now... It went from it's on my desk to here's a bunch of social media influencers with some type of binder to what you're talking about, Willis.
Yeah.
Which is laughable. So I posit two theories. I want you to react to both. Okay? It's possible to me that the people in charge of making this go away gave some bad intel to the Trumps and the Patels and the Bonginos of the world, people who all wholeheartedly believed he killed himself, who are now saying, no, nothing at all. Okay, it is possible that they were fed bad intel and they're unknowingly lying. It's possible that they were just explained that they're not allowed to tell the truth here.
Yeah.
But there's no version of what we're being told that I consider an acceptable sign-off to this story. What say you?
No, and this is why I'm a libertarian. Like, this is it. Like, I know you cannot trust the government. And they will, if there's something they want to withhold from you, they will, and they will lie to you about it.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter who is the government. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter who is in charge. And now it happens to be a guy that a lot of people really, really like. I don't find any of this to be believable.
No. And the idea that now we're now being told that this videotape that tapes 24 hours a day, but is trained to reset in that minute between 11:59 p.m. and 12 o'clock a.m. Just happened to get scrubbed because that's how the software works.
Sure.
Which is so
Just like Lois Lerner at the IRS.
But not only is it so laughable,
Like, the tapes are gone. Like, it's so weird.
and it's so laughable on its face.
Yeah, we have a backup system, but, that glitched as well.
But the idea that he also just happened to kill himself in that window would be more respectable. And I would respect it if they actually just said, F you, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
That's respectable. If they said that into a microphone this week, I'd be like, all right, got nothing. I'm not going to do anything about it. I can't take
Nothing
you
I
on.
can do. Yeah.
And there's nothing I am going to do, to be clear. But they're basically, it's more insulting to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
Bondi, she literally gave out binders to people. And when she was asked for the clarification.
We're getting to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Like, I finally have the clearance to go in here and, like, really rummage through the boxes that they kept away from anyone with prying eyes, and I'm prying.
Oh, no, it's coming.
Yeah.
And
now she's like, oh, well, this one time, and I believe what we have here is it's very cut and dry. Thank you and good night.
But you know what I think? Because she does look, and she's being made to look incompetent. But I don't know that she's in trouble with Trump. She's going to get fired. I believe she's...
Bring in Matt Gaetz.
I told you we needed Gaetz. I mean, but Gaetz was on the Epstein side of this. Let's be clear. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just saying. Okay.
But I've always said Pam Bondi should come out and be like, these were young women in my state.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what we should be talking
and
about.
let's not forget about them.
Everybody keeps talking about it online through the lens of, like, this hurts Trump with a MAGA base. I don't believe it does. They don't, the border's popular, the economy's popular. I think he's fine. But I don't even think that should be the consideration. I think the consideration should be kids. And when Bondi says, okay, we're never releasing this, it's just all a bunch of kid porn. Okay. Then who was watching it? Where did he get it from? We shouldn't be pursuing that.
Yeah.
And that's the part that drives me crazy.
Yeah,
as a
you
parent.
don't have to.
We don't need to
You don't have
watch.
to release particulars, but at least give us context.
Yes. And is there any world, and I asked this of our audience earlier, is there any married man listening right now, or just a man in a committed relationship, that could tell his wife, I'm flying down on the Lolita Express to Pedophile Island this weekend, and not have a little splaining to do?
No, even Melinda Gates was like, yeah, that's why we got divorced.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. I knew it was wrong.
Yeah. And
like,
now,
I was married to the richest man in the world without a prenup. And, I could have stayed in the marriage even longer and gotten more money, but I backed out of it because of Jeffrey Epstein.
Amen. And to her credit, it did take a lot of guts to leave with $50 billion when it could have been 60.
Tough.
It's
exactly
not easy.
Right, Jimmy.
You think right now?
How do you make ends meet with that little
Gates,
money?
her and Michelle Obama are couponing right now. Michelle's stories about having a hard time getting by as a black woman in America. We're talking to Kennedy. But yes, the point is, Melissa Gates, even so, there's nothing to make light of. That's what she said.
Yeah.
And we know this to be true. We know about royal involvement. We know that's the reason Prince Andrew was disowned. And the bigger problem I have is really it's just the genuine lack of interest in the kids. That's what it is. So I'm a parent and I'm at that age, and we have kids in this age group.
Yeah.
And they all knew what was going on. And it really speaks to this idea that there is that concentration of power out there that's almost invisible. And the closest you come to seeing it is Pam Bondi going, actually, when I said it was on my desk, I meant JFK, MLK, and we were going over it. She handed out binders that said Epstein documents and information with an official White House seal on it and made a point to show it to the world. So what I believe, this is what I believe. It's not what I know to be true. I believe they got to Washington riding high late January, early February when she made the statement, thinking, oh, wow, we're back. We can do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah, we're changing everything.
You guys have no idea. And then I think they were quietly spoken to by whoever they happen to be.
Yeah, but they are there.
Yeah, they're there.
Whoever they are, they
exist.
there, and they're the ones who really run things.
And just to be clear, we don't want any problems with them. Don't send any additional bears to the woods this weekend. We get it. But this cements my belief. The late, great Bill Hicks, we've discussed this before. Hicks had a great bit. It was a 92 election. He was talking about Clinton. And he was talking about, his stand-up bit was, it's like the president doesn't have any control over the government. He's like, and people really fight over this. They're like, oh, no, the puppet on the right has my best interest in mind. And they're like, screw you, it's the puppet on the left. And the Bill Hicks bit is like, the press has no control. He goes, I believe whoever gets elected president immediately gets brought into the smoke-filled room with these industrialist capitalist pigs. They show him a copy of the Zapruder film from an angle you've never seen before.
That's funny.
And just as his head flies off, they throw the lights on and they're like, all right, any questions?
Yeah.
And that's probably how, to some point, that thing might exist.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know that it does or doesn't, but my hunch is that it does.
Yeah.
Because the back and forth on this.
I think the evidence is on your side.
Yeah. Closer to my side. We're talking to Kennedy.
Closer to your side than Jeffrey Epstein killed himself side.
Yeah. Oh, that. And all right. So give me this.
And why Dan Bongino?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I've seen it. I've read the whole file. It's done. He killed himself. But, it's like, Dan?
But doesn't that speak to him getting the speech?
Yeah, he
is.
Yeah, you guys really want to be in charge? Okay.
Yeah. Well,
read this script that we wrote for you.
But it's true. And it's true. And we work with him. I met him a bunch. He was always cool to me. He would call me brother man. He's like, what's up, brother man? He'd always call me brother man. And I love that about Bongino. And when I met his dad, it might be a family thing.
Yeah.
We took a picture at like a patron award thing. And his dad was like, hey, nice to meet you, brother man. And I was like, oh, I love these people. These guys are the best. But it doesn't mean you can't get the talk.
Yeah.
If the talk exists and you get it, you're going to say whatever the talk wants you to.
Yeah, the silent establishment is still there and it's very strong.
Yep. And so now that we've crescendoed to this, can we all just even stop dignifying this charade that he killed himself?
Yes, please.
If this much of an effort can be made to deny us access to who was complicit in some of this stuff,
well, there's no client list.
It means
really? You don't think a guy who somehow creepily was gifted $500 million doesn't know how to blackmail powerful people?
Yeah.
You are out of your mind.
Thank you.
I don't believe, you think this guy was going to go down alone? Not a chance.
If they can make the list go away, they can make the guy go away.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Well, and also, why would you cultivate friendships with Bill Clinton and Bill Gates unless you were seeking to blackmail the most powerful people in the world politically and economically?
Yep.
You are taking them to places they want to go, where if you ever need it, you will squeeze them to ensure your own freedom.
Thank you. And that's probably the reality. We're talking to Kennedy probably for the last time. Let's make this. We're both out of here. We're hiring a food taster. Actually, we're going.
We have a food taster. It's the bear. He wants to taste all the food.
He works cheap. Epstein's brother was on Chris Cuomo last night. So apparently Chris Cuomo takes time out from doing pull-ups to host a show on News Nation. But he's not doing the bro workout stuff and everything in between. God love him. Here is Mark Epstein. It's a 50-second clip, but it's worth hearing. It's his brother.
Hear it.
Mark Epstein, ladies and gentlemen, clip 14.
Every time they say something or do something to try to quash the fact that he was most likely murdered, they just put their foot further down their mouth. I mean, for instance, Here's Patel in the congressional hearing. He listed his credentials as a prosecutor and other such things, and he said that it was a suicide. He said, you know a suicide when you see it. That's basically what he said. So the questions that popped into my mind was, first of all, number one, how many suicides has he seen? Number one. Two, is he a forensic pathologist? Does he have a medical degree? Was Cash Patel in the autopsy room? No. Was Cash Patel in the prison when they found Jeffrey? No, I don't think so. And if he was there, that raises even a bigger question. So every time they say something, when Cash Patel came out with that statement, I laughed at how stupid it was.
Oh, so Mark Epstein not buying this.
No.
You've interviewed Michael Biden.
Yeah.
He said he didn't kill himself.
No. And he's like, no, I've seen this many times. And it wasn't just a hyoid bone. There was, something else about the strangulation. He was like, it could not have been done by the person who died.
Now let's just assume, okay, that he got one wrong. It's a long season. Nobody goes undefeated. Okay. But then you then have to fathom that this happened at Epstein's behest in the 1 minute a day that the cameras just don't happen to be on. Mm-hmm. When the
How
most
would he know
important prisoner in the history of the world
who was under suicide watch.
Is under suicide watch. And in that 1 minute a day, because again, he now has the 1 minute to tie the sheets, get everything together.
Why did he have sheets if he was on suicide watch?
That's what I mean. So in the say this happened at 11:59, okay, p.m. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's about to become 12 o'clock a.m. That would mean at say 11:58. Maybe there's some sheets getting put together. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's pulling a bed over on an angle to stand on a leg. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. We just have the number you have reached is not in service. We went from the list is on my desk, we're giving it out soon, to, again, what you talking about, Willis.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about here.
And speaking of Gary Coleman.
I know. They're saying his wife killed him.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a combo.
He did not push himself down those stairs.
Coleman didn't kill himself.
No.
That can I just be clear? That's a safer avenue for us to go down going forward.
True.
Okay. I think we're all in agreement. We're in agreement. Epstein did not kill himself.
I don't think he
I don't believe he did. We don't know that factually. These are just
because
people.
someone says it, someone I like says it with force. Like, he did not, he was not murdered. It doesn't make me believe it.
No, especially not with.
Show me a set of facts.
Yeah.
Because Dan Bongino and Cash Patel had doubt about this for a long time.
They said he killed himself.
So now they're saying that he killed himself.
Yeah.
But before it was like, Epstein was murdered.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, which basically means somebody got the talk.
Yeah.
Okay, which is why we're going to go to break now, because we don't need to get the talk, because the talk doesn't end good.
So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they raping everybody out here.
The show that solves problems the old-fashioned way.
You and me are going to fight when that bell rings at 3 o'clock.
This is Fox Across America with Jimmy Failla.
Oh, hot damn, they're playing ZZ Top on Fox Across America. Kennedy does not know this, but Lincoln and I have a trip down to Tyler, Texas in 2 weeks, and we will go to Robin Hood Studios, where
Yes,
ZZ
you
Top
will.
recorded Eliminator.
Fantastic.
Come on. Country Tavern, a tavern town hall. They're bringing down me and Lincoln on a Saturday night, pumping us full of beer.
Good for you.
That's how it works. The last time I did a meet and greet in Texas, Lincoln was 14. He was bought more beers than I was. I was like, what's going on here? Does Mrs. Failla know about this? No, she does not.
God bless Texas.
But Kennedy, and God bless Texas, of course, and we're thinking of them right now. Kennedy and I wrapping it up a spirited hour and giving you a coming attraction of this Saturday night's Fox News Saturday night.
It's going to be a big show, Jim.
Hey, girl, it's going to be a banger, as the kids like to say.
Yeah.
This is everyone's chance, because I dress like Fat Elvis, but now I look like him because I just got back from vacation. So I think you and I are just going to duet on Suspicious Minds. They're going to wipe my...
Can't go on.
No, we cannot. We're bringing in Byron Donalds for backup in the next hour. Shout out to the K-Train.
Whoop.